Today's episode is brought to you by Sideline Snacks, the only subscription box dedicated to stadium food. Every month you'll get classics like slightly stale nachos, a suspiciously lukewarm hot dog, and a soft pretzel that's 80% salt, 20% bread. Don't wait until game day to eat like a fan. Sideline Snacks brings a concession stands to your couch. Use code FOUL at checkout for a free packet of ketchup you'll never open.
Yeah, here at Flagrant Foul, we love lukewarm hot dogs and pretzels that have 80% salt. One of our two favorite things at a game. But in all seriousness, if you're a company looking for some advertising, we are available. Just a little taste of how it may sound.
And now for our show.
Run this out. Run this out. Yeah. Hey, Cleveland roots with a reckless style. Take so bold to the flagrant foul. House on the ice, Notre Dame pride. Wrestle and talk about culture, ride from Rich to Nate. It's full court wow. Sit back, press play. It's flagrant foul. Yeah, it's flagrant foul.
Welcome to Flagrant Foul. I'm your host, Rich. I got my boy Nate here with me. Ready for another jam-packed episode. So before I get into the drama of the weekend and all the sports highs and lows, how's the weekend, Nate?
Yeah, welcome to Flagrant Foul first and foremost. But weekend pretty good, relaxing. Had a 3-day weekend this weekend, so that was quite nice.
That's always
drink
nice.
I pretty much hit my quota on beers, so made sure that I was getting those down. Didn't want to fall behind on that. Had to bump it up a little bit for the 3-day weekend. Lots of good football games on, but it was pretty good for the most part. What about you?
Yeah, me as well. Pretty low-key weekend. Definitely got my beer quote in as well. Had a pretty nice little Saturday and hit up the Morrison Cider Fest. So it was nice, face painting for the kiddos, beers for the adults, some good cover bands. But it was a good time. But yeah, well, we prolonged the inevitable enough. Let's go into the good stuff. Notre Dame looked great. CJ Carr looked great. Jeremiah Love looks like they should just go ahead and give him the Heisman right now. Hey, and we got a coach from Alabama or Arkansas. Sorry, we got the coach fired. So that was a nice little weekend. What do you think? Thoughts?
Jeremiah Love, just give him the Heisman and right now at this point. I know weeks 1, 2 weren't spectacular for him, but 4 touchdowns in the first half on Saturday. He's a dog. Jadarian Price, he'll win the Heisman next year, so we'll have back-to-back Heisman running backs. CJ Carr, he just gets better every week. I've been saying this since the beginning. You can go back and listen to the previous episodes. CJ Carr is going to be the best Notre Dame quarterback in recent history. He can throw the ball better than anybody we've had in years.
Yeah, you know what? I'm excited for
I
these games right now going on. Like, are we playing some lesser opponents than we did at the beginning, of the season? But I think it's all confidence now with these young guys. Him making the throws, building up that confidence. Receivers making some catches. They look really great. I was trying to think what was the receiver. Great House. I thought he had a real nice game. Yeah, they look good. In defense, we weren't. It's Arkansas, but I'll say Arkansas's had a pretty decent defense. They were 2-2, I believe, going into that game, and they were putting points up on people and had a couple close games and losses. So, while not a juggernaut, they definitely look like the whipping boy of the SEC. Also, fake fan, my boy Dave Carr down there checking out the game live said 75% of their fans exited the stadium at halftime. So I guess, unlike us true Browns fans that have just 500 years of misery that stick every game till the end. But yeah, they were out early, taking off. But yeah, I thought they looked great. Funny story today. I had my guy Ron, Tennessee Titans fan, stopped by my office to tell me that he knows his team sucks, but he just wants the first overall pick to get Jeremiah Love next year. So I don't know about that, but no, he's building his case for the Heisman, and I definitely think he'll be a high running back pick next year. He's just amazing. You know what he showed off this week? We know the guy's got just crazy agility and speed and just an all-around athlete, but just saw some stiff arms and some strength, tough to bring down. Like, he's just an awesome all-around back.
Yeah, I think that going into this game, like, it's kind of frustrating with Notre Dame's schedule because they beat Arkansas pretty good, and everyone said, oh my God, Arkansas is terrible. Like, you should have beat them. What are you talking about? But a lot of people had Arkansas upsetting Notre Dame this weekend. So it's fun to see how everybody changed their minds after Notre Dame did what they were supposed to do. But yeah, Jeremiah Love, best Jeremiah in the country. Jeremiah Smith, he's a bum. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it was good to see. I mean, I think I'm feeling a little better. I mean, they lost the first two games. They were ranked. The total of 4 points in both losses. I mean, obviously we played them tough. We're going to get better. We're up to 21. I would have liked to see a little more movement, but I think if we just stick to the guns, some chips will fall. We'll see what happens. But yes, it was a positive weekend overall. Who do we got coming in next week? I meant to look before the show, but I forgot. So
I honestly have no idea. Let me look it
yeah.
up.
But so other games around the league, I thought there was going to be some upsets there, man. I thought Wake was going to pull an upset over Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech came back, won that game at the end. The Illinois USC game was a good game. Illinois won a game. Neither of those teams scare me. So USC, bum team. No worries about them at the end of the year, but I want them to stay ranked just so that
We have
we can.
Boise State this week,
Oh, that's
which
right,
they're
Boise
bad.
State. They're a bad team.
But yeah, Illinois beating USC hurts us. They're not ranked anymore. USC isn't. That was going to be one of those games that we would hopefully beat a ranked team for once, but they really just got to keep playing good and just destroying the bad teams. If they had a close game with any of them, you could forget about the playoffs.
I could see USC getting back on a 25, though. I mean, you lost that's your only loss of the year to an Illinois team that, they did get hooped by Indiana, but I mean, they're a good team. It was at home. They were pissed off. USC's traveling across a couple time zones, so it's not the worst loss in the world, and they didn't get blown out. I thought the Washington game, Washington Ohio State game, was going to be better. It was good for about a half, and then Ohio State became Ohio State, and Washington kind of, withered away. That wasn't much. Oregon with a statement game going into Penn State. But, it was a good game. That's a tough place to play. And again, traveling, I still think Penn State's a little bit of frauds, but I mean, they did put up a good game against a tough Oregon team. So Oregon up to number 2. We'll see. But,
I'm not afraid of either of those teams, really, Oregon or
Yeah.
Penn State. I think that they put up more points on us than they did on each other, but I think that we score more points also. I think our offense is better than Oregon or Penn State's, but our defense is not better than ours.
Yeah, I agree. Exciting to see Notre Dame's tight end was getting loose a little bit. Can't remember that dude's name. Do you know it? He was looking good, running
Reardon,
routes.
I think.
Blocking was there, but just nice to see him get out and running routes, getting some passes caught. So, the passing game's starting to open up a little bit. I saw what we've seen so far this year is him hitting the underneaths to the backs, which he did in this game as well, but it was nice seeing him go downfield. And, I saw the receivers hauled in a couple of, challenging balls. So that was good to see. But yeah, so we'll shift out of college football. Like I said, just a couple ranked teams going down. Penn State, USC, Florida State are the big ones. Not enough to move more than one spot, but if we get ND go Boise and just absolutely rock them, that would be step in the right direction. So I'm not giving Browns top billing. They're getting pushed. We're going guards because I can't deal with them right now. And quite honestly, Clevelanders, some of the best fans in all of sports. They're there. I'm not in the minority of losing their crap and wanting to never watch their team again, but we just keep coming back for more. It's tough, but the guards just overachieve every year. They got a low payroll. They can't keep their best players, and it's just, you think it's a down year. No, they decide otherwise. Well, awesome story. Down 15 and a half games. Come back. It was exciting to get the lead in the Central. It was exciting to see them clinch when Boston beat Detroit, but to, walk off 3-run home run, win the Central last game of the year. That's how you go into the playoffs. And I'm not, look, they're a long shot, but I'm not putting anything past this team going potentially all the way. Who knows? Crazier things have happened. What do you think?
Yeah, I was at the game on Wednesday. I believe going into that game, we were tied with the Tigers, so we technically had the lead in the Central, and then we won that night, put us up a game, I believe, on the Tigers. Stadium wasn't packed, but the people that were there were going crazy. It felt like a playoff atmosphere. It was awesome. And then yeah, Saturday night they get the dub to send them to the playoffs, and that was incredible. They went nuts. And then the next night, the Tigers lose. We win the division. It's good. Looks like we're probably not going to pull that game off. And then Brian Rocchio just clutches up home run off the foul pole. Like, you literally can't write anything better than what this past month and a half of Guardians baseball has been. Like, it's just coming back from that deficit and then, like, how they find ways to win every single game. I think I can't remember exactly what the stat was, but they were like teams in the playoffs and their like run differential. And it's like every other team has like a positive run differential and they're in the playoffs. And the Guardians have like a -2 run differential, but they're in the playoffs. Doesn't make sense how they keep pulling things off. But I would like to say that they're going to win the World Series, but there's some teams that scare me.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that last year was the year with the way that the playoffs were going last year. That was equally as incredible as this year. But there's just some teams like the Yankees and the
Toronto.
Dodgers and just some of the teams that just have big bats that we don't have. And I guess we could hang on and squeak one out if our pitching stays good. But that was kind of like what happened to us last year. We could only score so many runs, and then like playing the Yankees, like we just couldn't keep up with the offense that they had. So I will say Emmanuel Clase sold the playoffs for us last year. And since he's been suspended this year, they've been playing well. So maybe we don't need him, and maybe that we'll do better than last year without him. Hopefully.
I mean, do they have the big bats? Do they have the overall year? Do they look like a juggernaut? Maybe not. You know what they do have? Destiny.
They
It's
have the
gotta
greatest
be.
third baseman in the league, too. Jose Ramirez is the best third baseman in the league. And it's also like everybody knows Jose Ramirez at this point, and he's still underrated. But then there's like the Yankees. They have Aaron Judge. They have Giancarlo Stanton. Like, they have players who are like, Aaron Judge is probably going to go hit a home run. But then we just have like Brian Rocchio hitting home runs. Bo Naylor hits home runs. Like, everybody just comes out of nowhere. It's like, I don't even know who this guy is, and he's hitting nukes. They've got like 3 rookies playing, if not more. I feel like there's a new guy in the lineup every day that I'm like, I'm not sure who this guy is, but let's get it.
Dude, I know, like, when I was watching the last couple of games and they're, like, pulling it off and we're, like, getting past, like, our cleanup hitter, and I'm like, I'm looking at freaking guys, like, batting percentage and just like, oh, my God. But they're going up there just clutch hits. Just unreal. Just clutch hit, clutch fly, sacrifice flies, home runs coming from places you wouldn't expect. By the way, Guard's home run call, got to be up there, one of the best in the entire league. There's such a fun team. Like, October baseball is so exciting to watch, and the vibe in Cleveland, it's like it's perfect cool weather. It's going to be awesome. So their shirts, their October Guard shirts are absolutely dope. I may have to cop one of those. $20 on their site. Too. Yeah, those are pretty sweet, but yeah, exciting news. So, what they did, that's just a team. It just, consistently just finds a way to keep your spirit up. Like, I don't even think, obviously we want to just keep winning, but I think people would just be like, after the way this year ended, to be able to have a Central Division pennant to put up is such an awesome accomplishment. So, well, and playoffs start tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night at home.
Tomorrow start versus the Tigers.
Yeah, we got the Tigers. So before I get into the whole Lions-Browns game, which was disappointing, we own Detroit because we own the Tigers.
Now we're going to lose.
It's only one game.
You just said that.
Look, we're on the Guards trade anyway, and we already know that you and I are a colossal jinx. So maybe that's it. Maybe they're going to break the jinx. All right, so we prolonged the inevitable long enough. Browns, Lions. I mean, and if I'm being honest with myself, after coming off the Packers game, you just knew they were going to go freaking shit the bed in this game. But, like, to just get outclassed by a team or even have the defense, who realistically, I don't think, they don't look like the juggernaut they have been, but they played good enough to win a game. Oh my God, that offense. Like, before I even touch on Flacco, can somebody explain to me how we just marched down the field, Judkins looking good, and then, we got first and goal, and we're going to go, let's dial up a Joe Flacco eating cement quarterback sneak. Nope, didn't work.
7 times.
You know what? Let's do it again. literally the same play. And then you're like, by the way, Quinshon Judkins is looking amazing, but let's just no knock on Harold Fanning, but why are we handing off to him by the goal line? Like, that right there just makes me go like, Stefanski, you've shown them nothing. Obviously, they haven't adjusted for you on the first drive, but let's overthink it and come up with like 3 of the most horseshit plays ever instead of just run your stud back up the middle. Like, I don't know. Thoughts on that one?
Stefanski's red zone offense is a disaster, to say the least. I can't even think of a better word it's terrible. Between trying to run a play action pass to Luke Weipler, what was it, last week or the week before, and then running Joe Flacco QB sneaks, what? That doesn't make any sense. They're trying I feel like at this point in the league, the only QB sneak that works is your rendition of a tush push. So everybody knows it's coming, and everybody's QB sneak defense is better than it's ever been because they're trying to prepare themselves for the tush push. So at the very least, if Joe Flacco's running a QB sneak, can we not have Jerome Ford and Quinshon Judkins just staring at him? They need to be up there trying to push him over the goal line because he's not getting across himself. He needs one of those chairs that takes him up the stairs so the old person would sit in to get across the goal line. Dude is geriatric, and you're trying
You
to
might
run
be
a
onto
QB
something.
sneak.
I can pretty much guarantee you that's not in the NFL regulations. We may need to get him one of those.
This is terrible.
Dude,
How about
so bad.
How about his scramble? It's 2nd and 2, or I don't remember exactly what it was. He gets out of the pocket, immediately slides.
You mean when it's clearly could have got the first down and just
yes.
he just takes
but the
a
problem
freaking
is
slider.
When a quarterback slides, the play is blown dead and the ball is spotted where they begin to slide. He might have lost yards. You can't just hold it like this and dive forward. That's enough to get the first down. Bro, what is even the point? You may as well take a sack, or you may as well just throw it at the ground.
If he takes one more step at 6'6" and slides, we have a first down. But I mean, even on the goal line stand, the one thing he did was actually not try to hang the ball out to get turned over, which is amazing because literally I think that's his top 3 goals going to the game is how many creative ways can I give the other team the ball? But he didn't do it on that. He looks so slow. But the other things I saw in this game is just like that, man. It's how much do you love watching Tampa Bay in a loss, but you're out there. Baker is he's just freaking shouldering dudes. He's out there just running with reckless abandon. And then you got the veteran who's supposed to be in leading the way. He's sliding early. His body language. You want to people are Shadur's on the sideline, eating Sour Patch Kids or just watching the game, being a good dude. Meanwhile, Joe, horrible body language the whole game. You don't hear jack shit about that. I don't hear anybody bagging on his leadership because I didn't see a whole lot of it.
That is why they're always going to be bad. The culture that the Browns were when Jarvis Landry was getting on people and Baker was in there getting people hyped and all of that. We haven't had that since, and it's just nobody cares. Joe Flacco throws a touchdown, Joe Flacco throws a pick 6, Joe Flacco gets his head taken off by the defense. It doesn't matter. It's all the same reaction. He goes, sits down, and acts like he's God Almighty. He can't do anything wrong. He just does not care, and he won't take responsibility for anything. If he went out and said, I'm sorry, I suck. I'll be better next week. That's at least better. And same with Stefanski. He doesn't care. Nobody in the Cleveland organization cares. There's no passion. Like, they don't care. The Haslams don't care. They're making money. Like, that is the number one problem with them, is they don't care. Baker cared. That's why Baker tries to kill people and, like, gets hyped and he'll fight somebody because he cared. Jarvis Landry cared. We don't have anybody like that anymore. We have Jerry Jeudy who's falling over on routes and complaining to the ref. Like, Jerry Jeudy is
What
he's
happened?
terrible. He has a terrible case of the dropsies.
You know what?
Like,
I will say this. The one guy, and it's probably hard for him because he's a rookie. He had a bad offseason, and he came in late. But Quinshon Judkins looks like a guy.
Bond.
No, well, I mean, Bond's playing great, but a guy on the sidelines who's just like 4 quarters just being, passion, whether he's on the field or off the field with the fans, his teammates. The guy's a winner. He plays on winning organizations. It's hard for me to admit, that I thought we should have got Travion Henderson over him anyway. Right now, that's looking like the Browns actually messed up and made the better pick. Judkins looks great. He looks like a player. He's got hands. We may need to work on a little bit of the blocking, but there's a passionate guy. The one thing that's keeping me in, man, the rookies continue.
They're the
that's
only ones that seem like they care. Schlesinger seems like he cares. Like, Isaiah Bond is our best receiver. He catches the ball better than anybody. He's way faster than all of them. Jerry Jeudy can't catch. Cedric Tillman can catch occasionally, but he's dead. Like, that's not surprising. He gets hurt every week or every season. Isaiah Bond is our best receiver. Quinshon Judkins is a dog. And that's what drives me crazy. Again, like, the same people that wanted to bring Joe Flacco back after he didn't do anything spectacular in 2023, but threw the ball to the people that were open, did the right things, and got us to the playoffs, and then got buttholed. The same people that wanted to bring him back this year are the same ones that wanted to bring Nick Chubb back. Nick Chubb is in a wheelchair out there in Houston. Quinshon Judkins is a dog. Like, I do love him, but he's not the same person.
It was the right time to move on.
It was the right choice.
Yeah.
Bringing Joe Flacco back is a terrible choice. That's the beef I have with 95% of the Browns fans because they all wanted Joe Flacco back. Oh, Joe Flacco, Joe Flacco, Joe Flacco. He is garbage. I would rather see Deshaun Watson. I'd rather see DTR. I'd rather see Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shadur. I would rather see anybody other than Joe Flacco at this point. There is nothing there. Like, he's not the veteran presence you thought he was going to be. Cut your losses, say, okay, we thought that he was going to be veteran and not throw stupid interceptions and, like, just we have that one piece that we're missing, and it's a quarterback that just doesn't do anything spectacular, but just throws the ball to the people that are open. And he can't do that. He's throwing the ball 75 yards in the air to the defense. That first pick, literally don't know what that was.
Yeah, that's the other part. There's a narrative.
They can do that.
This whole narrative around too, where it's like, well, it can't be all on Joe. It's the offense, and we had a lot of drops and this and that. So I'm going to go back to camp. He comes off like old man Jenkins, so he's not relatable to these young guys coming in. People can argue me on that one. I know Njoku likes him, but he comes off his grandpa. I walked 2 miles of school uphill in the snow.
Yes, he comes off, I'm better than you guys, so I'm not doing a young TikTok, whatever. Like, bro, you are not doing anything good right now. Like, I don't understand why can't he, like, understand that? Like,
he doesn't connect with his receivers. There's no chemistry there whatsoever. No. I mean, and the other part of that is too, like, the communication. Like, he's got his feet in cement blocks. He's sitting there with his big 6'6" head over the line, just like looking guys down and throwing these routes. Like, you're gonna tell me that, like, Dylan in some play action, communicating on broken plays, and we expect a receiver to adjust his route, and that wouldn't. I just find that hard to believe that we wouldn't see more rapport and more chemistry with some of these young quarterbacks. And quite honestly, at 1-3 right now, like, what are we doing? Like, let's
wasting our time with Joe Flacco.
Yes, let's build some excitement. I mean, we're not going anywhere. We could finish this year in an exciting note literally go on the draft and be like, you know what? We might have something at quarterback. We got a bunch of young guys. We're going to beef up this O-line like crazy and, like, build some excitement for the future. But, man, Stefanski's so freaking stubborn. And it's like, what's awesome is, like, you could say the same shit after every game. If you have a history of showing that your comments actually led to some action that produced results, it's the same shit every week. The
He
same
doesn't
comment
care.
every week. Is he trying to get fired? I mean, that's
He
great. We'll
literally
let you
doesn't
out of your
care. All he says,
contract.
"Oh, we got to be better." Like he doesn't care. You're like, get mad. You guys suck. Get mad. Why?
I
I
like to
don't
say,
understand.
when he leaves, he'll never get another head coaching job. But there's some bad owners in this league, so who the hell knows? But I'm going to give you two guesses. What the thing that disappointed me the absolute most yesterday?
The punt
And
return, kick return.
you hit it, so you got it. And it's not even just the punt return. It was captain, who I usually am very complimentary of, Corey Bork, is literally doing his best Juwan Thornhill impression and tried to give as little effort as possible on chasing that guy down.
That game was over. We don't need our number one guy getting hurt. I'm fine with that. What I'm
We need
not
a
fine
spark.
with, what I'm not fine with is the second coming of James Prochet, DeAndre Carter, which hopefully sucks that he's hurt. Don't want to see anybody get hurt, but hopefully with his absence, Luke Floria will fill in nicely as the returner. Because let me tell you, DeAndre Carter is bad. I don't know why we wasted our money, brought him in. Like, we have guys that can return. He doesn't
want
play
Luke.
other than returning. Like, Jerome Ford can return.
I
don't
want
know.
Luke playing so bad. Dylan Sampson could return. Like, we're not
Literally.
using him in any other capacity. Like, the thing that's driving me nuts, too, is it's like every punt and every kick to the opposing team, it's like,
It's like every other one's to the house or a 25-yard gain.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
We're having, like, great returns that we saved by a shoestring tackle. Meanwhile, every punt and kick to us, it's like fair catch.
It's either
or
like
dude's like loss of 2 yards.
Yes, like doesn't fair catch it and gets nowhere, or like might have had a chance to break it if fair catches. He needs to be like, if I think that I want to fair catch this, I'm not gonna. But if I think the opposite, like he needs to do the complete opposite of what he thinks is the correct decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all for bringing Luke in. I mean, at this point, play the rookies, but it all's, predicated around, we got to get freaking, Flacco's got to get out. And I'm a Shadur guy, but if we got to try Dylan for a while and see what we have, I don't care. I'm at the point, this is how desperate I am. I'm literally looking today, like, I'm pretty sure that, Deshaun can start his 21-day physical, whatever they call that, like activity for return to play, basically. But I'm like, Deshaun, I will take you right now. I don't even care. I cannot watch Flacco anymore.
No, like we're wasting our time with him. If Deshaun ends up being good, then great. We have a quarterback for some years. But
he's not worse.
Again, I'm a Shadur guy, but any one of the quarterbacks we have is better than Joe Flacco. We're wasting our time with him. And I got to think that Stefanski wasn't trying to commit to a quarterback. I got to think that this is Gabriel's chance this weekend. Makes sense. Neutral site. I could understand where you wouldn't want to throw a rookie in a foreign country, but I also feel like neutral site, like, this is of the worst teams we've played so far. I don't think the Vikings are bad, but I think that they're not better than the Packers, Ravens, or Lions. So will it be a good opportunity to throw him out there and see how he does? I just can't understand how we continue to watch Joe Flacco. Like, he's buns.
I mean, like I said earlier on the chat with the fellas, I mean, it's like we played DTR and PJ Walker the last time we went to the playoffs. We threw them out there, an ill-prepared DTR with much less pedigree because he looked good in the preseason. So did Shadur. And now we're all like, we just don't think that these guys are ready. I mean, the Lions defense, decent defense. I was not terrified by that defense. Would we have won the game? No. But, I mean, whatever. And also the kicker. So I'm not putting that missed field goal on him.
That was a far field goal. It wasn't too far off, and that was a pretty far field goal, like 56 yards, and he was not far off. So it's not like it affected the game.
That took a weird hook, too.
It was weird because their kicker had a similar kick that was looking like it was going to wide right, and it like boomeranged back in. I don't know. They must have they're playing with the fans in Ford Field or something.
They might be, so... Yeah, I don't know. Before we turn our attention to next week, I mean, I guess there's a couple other things I'd address, like really like Rex Ryan. I don't know if you saw that in the media today. He can just go ahead and shut up. He's in there talking shit about Shadur. Dude, no one cares what you have to say. Like, get off Shadur's back. Like, he's done nothing wrong. Are you that bad on the radio that you're just trying to get people to listen to you? He's done nothing. There's way more
I
going on in
agree.
the league. Get off the dude's back. I'm so tired of seeing articles like Shador given 6 worst words he wants to hear, and it's like literally like Stefanski just not committing to going with Flacco. Like he's fine. He's doing everything he needs to do. Shut up. He will be fine. Rex Ryan's like, this is the problem that's with him, his attitude. He needs to get up and, he needs to be in the front and watching the games. Like, okay, that you and Joe Flacco can go sit on the porch and talk about how, you used to drive your Flintstone car to work back in the 1800s and shut the hell up and leave my guy Shador alone. But I'm just tired of it. It's like, there's plenty of good like storylines going on without you guys having to just try to like create something where it isn't. The dude has done zero wrong other than being a good guy.
Yeah, Rex Ryan needs to hop off Shador's hog. I mean, what? Shador barely gets to talk to anybody. Like, he hasn't said anything except the thing that he has said. Like, the only thing I feel like he said since the season has begun is this, like, past week he said that he feels like he's ready to play. And compared to some quarterbacks that are playing right now, he thinks that he can do the same, if not better. And Stefanski's response to that is, we expect all of our players to be ready to go. Which, like, how can you fault the dude for saying that? First of all, our quarterback's buns. Like, Joe Flacco is garbage. I could play about as good as Joe Flacco. So, like, he very well could be better than him. But also, like, that's what you want in a backup or, like, a 2 or 3 quarterback. Like, you don't want some dude that's scared to go out there. And you're not going to get your shot if you say, yeah, I don't know, I'm not prepared yet. You have to have that mentality that, like, if I get opportunity, I'm ready to go. I believe that I should be a quarterback in this league. You don't want a guy that's, like, afraid to go play. Like, then that's how you solidify your position on the bench. Like, what do you want him to say?
Yes. 1,000,000%. It's confidence, not cockiness. The guy thought he was going to be a number 1 round pick. He has that arm talent. He didn't go there. He knows he can play in this league. I mean, what do you want from him? I mean, and obviously, like, whose head's he getting in, Rex? He's our 3rd-string emergency quarterback, and of everything going on in the NFL, you decided to take some time to try to come down on him. Sit down, old man. No one cares what you have to say. So, whatever. Well, let's turn our attention. Positive note. I did pretty good. Just over 24 hours. I've cleared my head. I'm ready to watch a 7:30 game next weekend, even though I said otherwise yesterday. We know how this goes with me, but we got Vikings in London. Vikings have bigger things to worry about. You hear about the apparently we're mugging dudes over in Europe right now. Did you see backup quarterback for the Steelers got robbed, mugged and robbed?
Skylar Thompson got mugged and robbed.
Yeah, so
I don't know how they can keep putting games in to foreign countries. Dudes are getting jumped. Like, I wouldn't want to go play there.
I mean, they're all like, the Vikings, they got an advantage on the back-to-back. They're going to be over there and acclimated. They're over there with their head on a swivel trying to get their chains not stolen and dudes getting jumped in the streets. So I think we got to have a little bit of a mental advantage there going into the game. Neutral site might be bad. You know what? I think it's not Siberia, but the Browns do need to be banished from the country for one game till they get it back, because that was an abomination yesterday. I'm hopeful, like, as you said, that I would say, you got Green Bay and Lions. I know Green Bay beat the Lions, but I would say those are arguably 1A, 1B right there in that division. Vikings definitely 3rd. Chicago looks like doo-doo. That could be expected. But, the Vikings are a team, despite that, they can look real good one week and they can look bad another week. They've had, a couple tough games. They couldn't do us a solid and take the Steelers out, so that gives me ammunition to want to beat them.
It was a close game, though. It was a close game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens, I assume that's what. Are they playing that outdoors at Man U Stadium? Isn't that where they typically play those games? So
I thought it was like Wimbledon or something.
Wembley.
I don't know what it's called.
We need our boy Danny on here to correct our knowledge of UK stadiums and sports, but yeah, I don't know.
Let's
but
take a look.
Outdoor, it'll be a little cool.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
We were both wrong. Wildly wrong.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. Never heard of that.
They're
playing there. That Wembley, not Wimbledon. What is Wimbledon?
It is Wembley?
No, there's a game on October 19th that's at Wembley. There's
Okay. You know, this isn't a knock on
there's a
soccer
game in
players,
Berlin
but oh yeah,
and
this
in
isn't a knock
Madrid.
on
That's weird.
soccer, but basically, it's like for 99.9% of U.S. sports fans. I can recognize there's high level elite athletes in the world, but it's literally like if you want to talk to us about soccer, it's like, oh yeah, our U.S. women's team's really good, and then like every foreign game is played in Wembley or where Man U plays. I don't even know if that's the same place because that's all we
Oh, I
know.
couldn't
No,
tell you.
or whatever the fake stadium that Ted Lasso
Yeah, I
played in.
know. I forget actually. It's like Arlington something. I don't even
Seriously,
remember.
yeah,
Richmond
nobody
FC.
knows.
I know Richmond FC, but what is
Yeah.
their what's their part called? I don't even remember what that's called. I don't know nothing about soccer.
I don't know. You know what though? They do have good terminology. I think they have great insults. Like numpty's a good one, and calling the field the pitch. That's a pretty
The
baller term.
pitch, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have some cool terms. They got good rabid fans. I feel like you have like a handful of really good teams, and then just like a bunch of like diehard Cleveland Brown fan base teams that are just like our
Yeah.
team's not good, but like we'll fight anybody for
This
talking
is where
crap
I'm
about my
from, so
team.
I'll kill
Yeah.
you if you talk about my team.
So respect to all of those teams. It's easy to root for the winner, but if like you're rooting for some little small town in the UK and your team has been relegated year after year, but you continue to show up and just, go for broke, then, hats off to you guys. So I'll watch the World Cup when it comes around. It's good. It's fun. But how did we get on soccer? I totally digressed. It's this whole European
Oh,
game.
well.
It's in my head. The Browns got in my head. But anyway, I'm going to look positive. And at the end of the day, could the defense come out and just win a game? Maybe. Do we need to make a change? Does something happen at quarterback? Maybe we mess around and win a game. Maybe it happens. So we shall see. Other games around the league. Trying to think what other big games we had going on. I didn't really, I kind of checked out after. I know the Chiefs are starting to look good again. You have an absolute
Yeah.
doo-doo doubleheader going on tonight. You probably could not
It's
pick
Jets
two worse
Dolphins
games. It's
and
Cincy Broncos.
yeah, since he's
Yeah.
gonna get deuced.
So NFL fans voted the two games they least wanted to see, and the NFL responded by putting them both back to back on Monday night. It's going to be just absolute trash, but whatever. So we move on another week. So we got a little challenge. Nate threw down last week. I'd had enough. It's been several weeks of him just on me about my pronunciation of NFL players. So I owned it. I'm not going to say that last week there may have been a few adult beverages might have influenced my pronunciation, and
I don't really think that affects you too much, but
recollection of a few of my brownie players. But I decided to take that challenge, and I got 10 names. They're not Browns, but I picked 10 hard names. And
I cut some of them down. I got 8 names now because
okay.
I didn't know how to pronounce some of them myself.
So these are active players. And quite honestly, I don't know if I'm going to know if I'm right or wrong. I don't am confident that Nate knows I'm right or wrong.
These. I know these ones.
When y'all hear this week on any of our platforms we post on, please check me on these. I'll be accountable. If I'm saying I'm wrong, correct me. But I want the phonetic spelling of these names listed out so I could get it right. So here we go. This is our first ever name game challenge, NFL players. You know what? I just realized something. I can crush some NHL Euro players' names. Like, give me a Russian name. Give me like a Finnish dude's name. Somebody from
We can
like
do that next week.
Sweden,
NHL.
Czechoslovakia. Just absolutely destroy those. But, Igor Shesterkin. Yes, that's a pretty good one. But, NFL players, I don't know. So here we go. We got Tua Tag. I'm already 0 for 1. I can't even do it. Tua Tagovailoa. I said, see that you can't say it slow. Tagovailoa. I don't even know if I can say it. If I could say it,
I have always been under the impression that it's pronounced Tungaviola, which there's like an N sound in there that I think a lot of people say that I don't know if that's correct, but I always thought it was Tua Tungaviola.
That's all right. Well, we're gonna reach this. That was brutal.
I'm ready for
Okay,
this.
two. This one could go south quick. Penny Sewell.
I was ready
Or
for you to say Peony.
or Penny Sewell. I don't know. We'll
Penny
see.
Sewell.
It is?
Penny Sewell.
Was I close? Not really on the first one.
Kinda,
Maybe I was close.
kinda.
All right. Next. Talanoa Hufanga.
That was
feel
pretty
like
good.
I feel
That
like
was pretty good.
that was absolute dialed right there.
No, that was pretty good. Talanoa Hufanga.
Okay. This one starts off easy. And then
This is an easy one.
This isn't too bad, but it depends. Somebody's going to tell me it's like the U's supposed to be pronounced like an A or something. Frankie Louvu.
Bro. That's such an easy one. You messed it up. Frankie
Louvu?
Louvu.
No? You know, I'm trying to, when you have names here that are a little bit challenging, you know, I'm trying to like, am I doing the long A sound? Am I doing the long vowel sound or the short vowel sound? Or I'm hearkening back to, you know, my grammar teachings, elementary teachings at St. Joe's Catholic School in Avon Lake, Ohio. So, you know, I'm trying to use what you taught me, sisters, my nuns that I had there. And if I didn't, you know, maybe you should have did better instead of me yelling at me all the time. Maybe you should have spent a little bit more time making sure that I could
You should have spent some time listening instead of calling them profanity.
So, you know, 40 some years later, I'm calling you out if any of you still with us, which I hope you are. Most of you.
Okay.
That could have been. Yeah. Anyway, next, Kyle.
Moving on.
Kyle, just, oh my God. Kyle just squike? Juice squicks? Kyle. Kyle. Juice box. What is this dude's name?
Kyle Hugheschick.
I like juice box better. Which also, what is it? Hugheschick?
Hugheschick.
Hugheschick. If you're out there and don't have a nickname and you're fast, juice box is it. And I want credit for that.
I think he's a fullback, so kind of in the running back field. I think anything juice is off limits nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
In the running back.
Yeah. You know, the nicknames usually can be recycled until, you know, somebody that owns it. If you essentially behead your lady and the waiter,
And a waiter.
they kind of retire your nickname and we move on. So that's a good call there. All right. This next one starts off, could have definitely been a hockey first name. And then, I don't know, Yannick Nagaku. Did I get that one?
No.
Oh, come on. What is it?
I believe, I'm like 97% sure it's Yannick Ngakwe.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. This next one. I know it. I totally know it.
Know. Yeah,
I actually know this one. The pressure's on. Hold on. Don't make me laugh. I'm hitting the zone. Puka Nakua.
You said it kind of funny, like a robot.
Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua.
Did I do it?
You said it.
Oh, I think I know this last.
Puka
Did
Nakua.
I get that? I got it,
Puka
right?
Nakua.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Dude, I've totally redeemed myself. You know, I'm going to say this. Tua. Oh, my God. So, quick little story. You know, yours truly, because I'm a man of the people and I like to give back to the community. Did Read Across America last year. And I had to read a book about some girl from Korea who moved to the U.S. and she had a crazy name. And, you know, she was self-conscious about telling her classmates her name. And the roundabout is once everybody found out, they all loved her and it was a great name. However, one of the little kids, fourth graders, I was reading to, he stands up and just goes, "Oh my God, that's like the craziest name I've ever heard. I've never heard a name like that." Meanwhile, wearing a Tua jersey, I was just literally like, dude, look at the back of your jersey and then try again. So that's a little judgmental for a guy rocking the Dolphins jersey, but whichever. So had a couple other quick hitters I want to get into that we got something. I want to build Nate's self-confidence up. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but, just like an ultimate, I don't know if this was intended to go this way, but just like, I kind of like in my head have made up this whole backstory with, Lane Kiffin and LSU. Like, I truly hope there was some like, LSU's quarterback was recruited by, like,
It's
wasn't
not.
recruited
I
by
don't think it's the
Lane.
quarterback. I
It's
know that
not.
he's. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's not their starter. I know that's Garrett Nussmeier. It's Whit Weeks, and Landry Kiffin is his daughter's name.
It'd just be awesome if this dude was just like, oh, by the way, like, your dad didn't want anything to do with me, so he purposely, like, sought out Lane Kiffin's daughter. And then, like, Lane Kiffin's daughter got mad at him because she had, like, some daddy issues and, like, decides to date LSU. And then Lane Kiffin just puts it on LSU anyway to remind dude, like, who's boss and also get that shit out of my house. So it's kind of like, and Brian Kelly lost, and I hate him because I think he's an arrogant prick and what he did to Notre Dame and then talking crap. Like, I never want to see him do good in LSU. So just, I don't know. Thoughts on that story? That's a bold strategy. You're like dating dude from rival college.
That is pretty crazy. I think it's funny that Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss got the dub. Would have been a bad Thanksgiving table if LSU won, I think. But it's
Could have been
yeah,
an awesome
that is
story.
crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. I think if I was Lane Kiffin, I'd be like, either this dude's got to transfer to Ole Miss or y'all got to break up because we're not doing this.
I would be like, well, here's the deal. I hope for your sake, this dude makes the NFL and marries you because you're out of the will.
Yeah,
you're getting
your
no
dad
money from
has
me.
disowned you.
Yeah, there's no money coming in from me. So I really hope this works out for you. And that's just the end of it. That's just insane.
Also, I feel like there's got to be like some tampering or like some NCAA violation. Like Ole Miss's head coach is just hanging out with LSU players on the side. There's got to be something going on there.
Yeah,
we'll have our guys look into it.
Yeah, I'll make a couple phone calls this weekend. We'll see, we'll see if we can get a final answer. I do like your idea though. I mean, Lane loses and then they have the old Thanksgiving. We get an Entertainment story about how Lane, is chasing dude around the old family table with the turkey carving knife and the little two-pronged fork thing. By the way, we're coming up on fall. What is that thing called? Is that a fork? The skewer?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's got like two really long,
Yeah,
and then they connect at the bottom. I don't really know. It's like
people have been using those
arms.
Think of a tool or a piece of equipment that's been used throughout the years more than that thing that no one absolutely has any idea what it's called. There's just men carving Thanksgiving dinner that just say, "Give me the carving knife and the
two-pronged thing, the really big fork-looking guy."
Yeah, and the jousting probe. I don't know what that is. While we're on that topic, we're all over the place today. We've done Euro soccer. We don't know where the show's going to end up. But,
that's okay.
Thanksgiving turkey, probably the most overrated holiday food. Easter ham, delicious. New Year's prime rib, delicious. Christmas prime rib, a turkey. So, after 28 plus years of marriage and dating, me and Beans have finally got on the same page, and I've convinced her. We're calling
Thanksgiving steaks.
We have moratorium on the Dirty Bird. We're not doing that. We will be doing steaks this year, I believe. I had to do a compromise. So, I'm nothing if able to compromise. So I said we could do the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and all that.
All of that is great. Stuffing, mashed potatoes. Sometimes we got to have mac and cheese, corn, like all that. Great. Love it. But you spend all day waiting for this turkey to be cooked, and you kind of get like this connotation of like the turkey leg is just like the best part. You got to get one of those turkey legs, and they just are not good.
Dude, you're
not one part of it. It just looks weird too. Like the meat is like dark. It's like kind of got a purple tint to it. And then
There's
you're
some
like,
weird
okay, I'm just gonna stay
gelatinous
to the
shit in it.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna stay towards the white piece. And the white meat is just like flaking off because it's so dry. Like not one part of that is good. And then you throw the whole thing in the trash. You're like, that was a waste.
Plus, there's like some like
Not good.
rituals with it that bother me because it's like, first of all, the turkey's like, oh, we got white meat or dark meat. It's just like, you know, if some cannibal culture decided to eat me, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm just like the same meat all throughout. I could be wrong about that, but I didn't realize like that's just weird to me. We got two types of meat going on
Yeah.
this, John, and then you got things like you're carving it. It's just like this weird butchered thing, and it's like, am I like carving by its decapitated head, or like is this giant opening its asshole and somebody like shoved shit up, or like like what? Well, I don't know what ends up on this freaking thing. It's just like every part of it's disgusting, and then like we're ripping the wishbone out so that we could
Yeah, you're like, let's just snap this poor bird's bone in half to figure out who's got good luck for the following year.
You know,
Like,
steaks,
obviously,
it's like,
obviously the turkey's not gonna have the wishbone luck this year. You murdered it.
I mean,
So,
steak.
yeah.
You got flank steaks. You got, you know, what do you call it? Top round. You got, you know, ribeye. You got porter. Like, you got all these different areas. I'm sure some butcher's cringing at me trying to name the parts of a cow, but you're using all these parts of the cow, and then like we're just grateful for it. At no part are we just like, hey, let's bring this part of its skeleton out and then just make a wish and break it in half. And then pigs, another animal. Every piece of a pig is delicious. I'm sorry for you, vegans and vegetarians out there, but pigs are good. Like all
And
of
it
it is
all
good.
looks
We're not
like
doing that
fairly
with it.
similar, like it came from the same thing. Like all pieces of steak are fairly similar. Like every part of the turkey's like, what is on this thing? Why does it look like a
Exactly.
turkey leg I can't talk. Turkey leg dipped in poop.
Yeah.
It's like it
Well,
has
yeah,
poop
too. It's
colored
like,
features. It's nasty.
you know, we're grateful. Thank you, pig, for giving your life. Like, you know, you all these great things. We're not being wasteful. We're eating all you, and then we don't desecrate you at the end by breaking your bones. Then you got the turkey, and it's like we got weird meat. We got weird cartilage shit going on. It's assholes hanging open while you're carving it. I'm fixated on that. It's like
I can tell.
just
You
so
seem-
disgusted by it.
You got
And
some
then, like,
PTSD from it.
you know, and meanwhile, everybody's just lying to themselves, like, "Oh my god, this smells and looks so delicious," and people are eating the skin with the fat on it, just totally gnarly. And then after you like carve up this turkey, people pick and eat like 23% of it, and then we throw it in the garbage, and then snap a bone, and apparently that's good luck. It's the
But
weirdest
also,
thing
like,
ever.
Cooking a turkey, why do you have to like pick up a side shift of a 40-hour work week for your second job to get this turkey prepared? Like making sure it's taken out and de-thawed, or is that the correct word? It's thawed.
Defrosted.
I don't think, yeah, that de-thaw is not a word. Defrosted, then you got to wake up early and put it on. Like, why do you have to cook a turkey for 37 hours?
I mean, other than like the handful of dudes that are like, you know, I carve my turkey and I put it on the Traeger and it's so good, or some other smoking method, or, you know, I think the days of the air fryer are gone. Like the guy would do like, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to like smoke or try to burn the house down with the air fryer, drink 37 beers with my friends. Traditional turkey making and the fixings, let's just be for real. Most of the guys are not doing a lot of that, and shame on us because we're up. We know we're going to drink a bunch of beer and watch football, but then we're also getting into the mimosas and everything else. So like we're not a whole lot of help in the kitchen. And then like all the moms are home saving all day in the kitchen with all the fixings, you know, to have a nice meal, particularly like when the family's not all living in the house, they all come back. So they're just miserable by the time you're eating. Meanwhile, you're trying to like choke down this shitty turkey, and the whole time you're just like, even if it was good, you couldn't be good because the whole time you're like, is it good? Oh, the turkey's bad. It's dry. It's dry. Put gravy on it. It's not good. Just critiquing how shitty the meal is that they work for like 15 hours on. They're miserable. They're not happy. Let's just say, F the turkey, we're not doing it. We don't even need to do homemade mashed potatoes. Look, my palate is not that refined. I'm not Gordon Ramsay. You throw some instant potatoes in the pot. We could put some, you know, We can do some corn on the cob for all I care. We get the stovetop stuffing and we'll throw some steaks on the Blackstone. I've done 90% of the cooking. You can get it like 3 or 4 Chardonnays deep and enjoy your day. And then you can sit over there and just eat your steak, which also, if you're beans, I can't go wrong because if I overcook it, she wants it overcooked anyway. And she can just enjoy her meal. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but that has been my experience.
No, I agree. And quite frankly, I would be cool with some Bob Evans mashed potatoes, Bob Evans mac and cheese, and rotisserie chicken from Wally World. So I think that the old Thanksgiving theatrics are outdated and quite frankly unnecessary. No one likes it. You're lying to yourself if you do. That's why we only eat turkey once a year, because it tastes like balls. Like,
I think I'm glad you say that, theatrics, because I think it's the pageantry of Thanksgiving that bothers me. The beers, the football, the family, love that part of it. It's all of the, the pageantry. We're all acting like we're sophisticated. We got to get the fine china down. It's when in doubt, pinkies out while we're eating. Forget that. Right?
yeah.
Well,
And speaking of which, we need once next Thanksgiving we're all together, we got to get a turkey bowl going again.
oh, yeah.
Because that's why one time a year I get to feel like I'm an athlete again.
I told
Yeah, I
Mom.
would have won state if Coach put me in.
I told Beans we were going to just put our Browns jerseys on and just go roll up on the Browns
The
family
games
that
at
has the
Kendall
game down
View.
there. Yeah, just be like, you want a couple of ringers?
I got next.
Seriously, you want me to play quarterback? I'll do all-time handoffs, just like screen passes. Other than that, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, I agree. Now that you basically about 4+ years of just you and me healing from, knee surgeries, we might finally be able to come back off the pup list and play. We'll see. All right. Well, couple of other quick hitter here. Bad Bunny halftime show. Thoughts? People are complaining about it. The halftime show sucks every year, so whatever.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really care very much. There's a lot of people that don't care about the football and only watch for the halftime show. I could care less who's doing the halftime show. I just want to watch the football game. Claire's awfully excited about it. I don't really know any Bad Bunny, but I thought he was pretty funny in the Happy Gilmore 2 movie, so it could be worse, I guess. I don't care, neither here nor there. There were some rumors there was going to be Taylor Swift, so I'm glad that we don't have to go through with all of that.
You know what I could be good
with that, but
literally you could get any musical guest to do the halftime show. I don't care how much I hate them. Like Smashing Pumpkins. We all know my thoughts. Billy Corgan, worst singer in the history of singing. Dude cannot sing. Like, decent songs, worst singer ever. If they cut down the halftime of the Super Bowl and just made it regular halftime, I would listen to anybody. I don't care.
I agree.
Halftime, too long. I want to watch football.
Way too long.
We all have to work on Monday, play the game, wrap it up. We're Browns fans, so we're gonna watch
just
the whole
watching
game
it for the love of the game. We're we got no dog in the fight. This is just for the love of the game. So let's film the halftime show, put it on YouTube. Everyone that cares can watch it after the fact. I don't care. I want to watch football.
I'm going to amend my previous statement. If the Browns ever make the Super Bowl, I want the Super Bowl to be the halftime show to be 2.5 hours. I want to stretch this thing out. I want to prolong it.
Yeah, we need to
I want to
cherish
roll
the
out
moment because it's the only time it'll ever happen.
I want to do a full, just roll out all these Cleveland artists. I'll tell you right now, if the Browns make the Super Bowl, Bone Thugs and Harmony are the halftime show. And if that doesn't happen, there's something wrong. I'm saying it right now, petitioning. I don't know if we can do an open-ended petition because God knows we don't know when it's going to happen. 2.5 hour show, Bone Thugs, Kid Cudi.
I suppose we could throw some MGK in there.
I want every Steve Harvey, anybody who's stood by the Browns from Cleveland. I want you part of the show. I want you on the panel. Oh yeah, I want to be up there. Let's Steve Harvey. Who else can we get on the panel with us? And when they have let's have Tom Brady up there so I can tell him that he's terrible in the booth. I don't know what
Okay.
else. He's not. He's not great. They got to get rid of him. But other than that though, shorten it. We're gonna watch the whole thing. I just old man whistled. I know you wanted to say
Yeah.
something.
Herbert.
Oh boy. But whatever. So we'll see what happens. But I could care less about the Bad Bunny thing. It's whatever. And then shout out Lewis Hamilton. His dog Rocco passed away this week, so he may not be running
He
the
did
F1
pass
race.
away.
He ended up passing away.
I saw he had pneumonia, but I didn't know he passed away.
He did. So, props to Lewis Hamilton. I know he doesn't have a lot left to prove, but, he skipped the fashion show. He skipped the tire test. He's not going to race this weekend. Like, some things are just more important. His dog looked awesome. So good on him for putting his priorities where they lie. And, shout out from Flag and Foul. Best wishes to him and RIP to Rocco. So, Nate,
I
we got to talk
thought it was
about
Roscoe.
this. Roscoe. I don't even know his name. That's just on with the mispronunciation, but
Yeah.
my heart was in the right place. So we're gonna get into this. Old Nate, he's a man in his young 20s. Former athlete. He's a big guy going to work. He's used to wearing a lot of t-shirts and sweats and just bouncing to class, but now he's an adult going to work. Armpit sweating. So I will tell you, as you get older in life, that becomes less of a thing. But, just to kind of boost his confidence, he saw, I don't even want to butcher Livy Dunn's boyfriend's name. What is it? Paul Skeens? What is it?
Paul Skeens.
Skeens.
Yeah.
The video last week of Livy Dunn watching him, just being a total fan, just he's nervous as hell, cheering him on last week, but double armpit sweats. So it's not just you. It's not just you, man. If Livy Dunn can rock the double armpit sweatshirt, then, so can you.
Yeah, I suffer from chronic armpit sweat. I'm rocking it right now. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. It's about 68 degrees in the apartment, almost
You run hot.
67.
You run hot.
I'm cold. My hands are cold. The rest of my body is cold. But my armpits look like Lake Erie at the moment. And that's just all the time. I could take a shower, still going to sweat. It could be negative 70 degrees in here. I'm still going to sweat. I'm at work. I got to keep my arms together like this. I can't lift them up at all because I'm trying not to let everybody see my armpit sweat. Actually, this past week, it got so bad one day. For lunch, I went out to my car, took my shirt off, hung it up on the passenger seat, and blasted the AC for my entire lunch break. I had goosebumps. I was freezing, but I had to do what I had to do to get the sweat to go away. But silver lining, do have a dermatologist appointment next week. Hopefully they can help me because it's getting quite out of hand.
Yeah, I hope so. But I mean, like I said, it'll go away as you get older. I mean,
I don't think that I would be shocked if the dermatologist could do something for me because it's just been like this for like the past 4 years. Like it literally could not matter the temperature. I could just be laying in bed the entire day, not moving a muscle. I'm still gonna sweat. It makes no sense.
you just throw a
I don't
couple coats of lacquer, weatherproof sealer on those bad boys. Just seal it up. Done.
I mean, I go through deodorant like I'm eating it, and
That's true. I would
I've
defy
got to keep
anybody.
reapplying, and it just nothing happens.
This is a true story. Nate could go through 2 double giant-sized bars of Old Spice, white deodorant. What is it? What's the Fiji one? 2 bars, 2 weeks, gone. Who does that?
That actually reminds me, I forgot to get deodorant at the store today, so I might have to go right now. But it's like, I'm going through deodorant like crazy. I got to do wardrobe changes throughout the day because I got to get the sweaty shirt off. It makes no sense. I haven't done anything today. Not a single thing. I did some homework, sat on the couch, and this is the result. Looks like I just ran a marathon.
Well, I think there's hope for you. I mean, like I said, you got a high-profile character, sports media personality of Livy is now facing the challenges of chronic armpit sweat. So maybe she can get some, more money and profile. She'll come out with all the new lines of men's, women's, antiperspirants. So, it's all about knowledge. It's all about awareness. It's out there. So hopefully it'll come. So anyway, before I get in, I'll be traveling next week. So we go after the game, heading to San Francisco. Going to go check out Alcatraz. So pretty jazzed about that. Also pretty jazzed for what's in store with me. So we got another trip out to DIA, and I'm sure we'll be discussing what's going on with the San Fran airport and what other craziness will happen in my travel adventures. So we shall see. But we got that coming up, and then pretty jazzed. We got a little collab coming up with Let's Skull Pod with the Minnesota guys on Thursday. So I know that's going to be streaming live. So check it out. We'll have a good, hearty, good-natured Vikings-Browns discussion. So appreciate those guys having us on. So exciting times. It should be a fun week. Got anything else for us, Nate?
Not much. Not looking forward to the Browns this weekend, and it probably will be another depressing episode next week. That at 1-4.
Well, we got the guards, so maybe we'll be talking about a sweep, and maybe they'll mess around. The Brownies will pull off a win, and then we can lie to ourselves for one more week. 2-3, we're not far out of it. We can make the playoffs. So I have yet to drop that 14-3 is still on the table. I haven't said that, but it is. Mathematically, it's possible. So anyway. All right. Well, everybody stay cool. Have a good week. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace out.
Stay cool. Sounds like stay classy, San Diego.
Stay cool, Cleveland.
Combat beat kicks in crowd noise, racial blows.